Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Troy, TXRC Productions here. I'm going to try to make this quick, real quick. We just took out for the maiden voyage and shakedown run on the Eachine. Eachine is what I've been being told is the right way to say it. I don't know. Eachine FPV 250. I'll just let the footage kind of speak for itself. Just remember, this thing is not 100% dialed in. I actually cleared all the stock settings and went with settings off of RC groups that I actually got off of a Facebook group called the Eachine FPV 250 UK group. I'm hoping they take the UK off that, but just because they're the only and really biggest Eachine group so far. That being said, this thing flew pretty dang good, man. I mean, I beat it up pretty good, being I was flying somewhere new. I flew it in half rate, half ratty, mainly ratty. But I am super impressed with what you get for the money. In fact, I would recommend buying these instead of buying parts loads. I have not double checked yet, but I want to take a look at this VTX. I'm pretty sure the OSD and the VTX are all together in one unit. That thing alone is really good. I was super impressed with the VTX on this thing. I was flying, I don't know how far away, but a good 400, 500, 600 feet at least, if not further, through trees, maybe 1,000 feet. I took off after a train at one point, and I kind of lost my bearing and didn't realize how far away I was, but I got really high out there and around. I was back behind me with my patch antenna on my Fat Shark Dominator V2s, and the stock setup was clear as day. So much so that it was better than my cheapo setup on my Diatone. Be on the lookout for the video about the Diatone too. In fact, I'm going to put a double video together of all the flight. I didn't tear it up really big. I didn't rip no balls. I didn't, I'm not a heavy rate flyer right now. I'm not, I wasn't dipping and tripping, but this thing is worth it. It is a big, it's a big boy. I mean, yes, it's a 250, but when you compare these two things, I mean, it is a monster of a quad. Yes, it's still 250, but look at the fat bottom of that thing, which the bottom is fine. Skid plate is good. The foam, it helps cushion it. I did trash and crash these things pretty hard today. I smashed into a roof and got it stuck on the roof of a gazebo. Probably could have climbed a tree to get there, but I actually went up the road and found a guy with a ladder to come back and do it, or come back and let me use his ladder. I offered him $10. He actually just let me use his ladder for free. Got up there and got it. Ran the Gym Fan blunt nose or bull nose. These bull nose Gym Fans, man, they are definitely slightly bigger than a 5045. I'll throw a picture up if I have it. I took pictures of the Gym Fan, and then next to it will be the HQ, and then next to it is the doll. And man, these Gym Fans are pretty big. They flew great. They did chip on one crash, but I kept continuing to fly it, and I got through the whole flight. I mean, they're beat up, and this one's actually cracked now, but that was from the major crash. But yeah, they technically held up. So these Gym Fan new Gym Fans are actually pretty darn good. One thing about that too, and just one thing to note about dolls, guys, these are the same dolls I was running, or this is a new set of dolls, but I ran the same set through quite a few crashes. One of which this ended up again on the roof, and they bend, though they won't break. They get some bends in them, and they tend to bend very easily. And the way I noticed was I took off after thinking the props were legit, and it was all over the place. I mean, I thought I had some kind of flight controller issue the way that it was reacting. But I set it down, and I took a look at the props, and a couple of them were kind of funky bent. And I tried bending them back, and I took off. Same thing, almost worse. So I threw new props on it, and it flew straight as an arrow. So the doll props, be careful. They are pretty indestructible. They are. But bend them, and they get kind of wonky. And if you get wonky, just go ahead and flip them out, okay? Anyway, so watch for the Diatone one next, all right? The Eachine, though, good little quad, man. And here comes the flight video now. I'm going to put up the whole run, kind of edited with some music. It wasn't too hot and heavy, but hope you enjoy it. I'm going to dial this thing in some more, and we're going to figure it out. I really like the way it flips and rolls. The rates I have it set a lot higher than my other ones, so I got to get used to it. I'm going to dial both of them in medium. But cool. Here's the video. You guys have fun. Fly safe, fly smart. Just fly, man. Fly FPV for fun, too. It's great. Later. About the Eachine 250, be very careful, guys. I forgot a big warning. I tore up a cable on the stock battery. Thank God it was a stock battery, which still doesn't matter. I'll fix it. But you need to get the wires in there, and you actually need to kind of double them up under the... Really, this is the only bad thing, is the Velcro here. It needs another Velcro here, because it actually makes the battery tilt up. But whatever, it's still in there, so I'm fine with it. But use the Velcro to tighten down the wires and only the plug extrude right there, because this prop will eat up that cable, just like it did on mine on the first little run. And I'm glad it only ate one cable. It could have been a really bad experience. So be safe, guys. I forgot about that. Throw that in there. Late.